My name is Jason Brockman, and I'll be the host for this TLC session. Develop Your Vision Before Graduation, presented by Kiara Peoples. We are excited that you have joined us today to hear Kiara's presentation. The chat window will be open during the session, so please feel free to participate or ask questions. Please welcome Kiara Peoples.
Okay, yes. Hello again. I'm Kiara Peoples. I'm in the master's program for healthcare administration here at Ashford University. I'm so excited to have the opportunity to share my content, a little bit about myself, and present today's topic, develop your vision before graduation. So let's go ahead and get started. Feel free to ask questions and then I'll answer them at the end. Okay. So you can consider today an early graduation gift. We're going to discuss capturing your vision, writing your vision, making it plain, and manifesting and developing your vision. So a little bit about me. Yes, I'm Kiara Peoples. I am a master's student. I'm graduating June of next year. I'm the CEO and founder of the People's Advocate, and I'm Millennials and Money brand ambassador. So the topic, developing your vision before graduation, is something I really took to heart because although I am a graduate student and I'm still young in age, I take it upon myself to recognize my skill set and what I want to do in life and already build my business before I even graduate. So today's topic, we're going to discuss how to go about that. A lot of us know what our passions are, our skill set, and how do you approach manifesting that in the future. You don't have to necessarily wait for graduation. It's only one day, usually a few hours, and then real life begins. So you can do work before you even get to graduation to make sure that your dreams become a reality. So we're going to just choose a destination and start creating your own memories. Number one, capture your vision. So we all have a life story. We all have dreams. We all have aspiration and goals that we're trying to accomplish in the future, and this will help you to realize them. Do you even have a vision for your life? Most of us, if we're in school as either undergrad, graduate, or even a professional postgraduate school, we have a vision that we would like to accomplish in life. Sometimes the vision and reality is two different things, but with work and with strategy, you can attain all of your goals for your life, but you have to have a clear focus as to what that looks like. Are you even clear on your vision? Again, you have to make sure that you know what you want in life. It's not that major. It's nice to have a goal for yourself, but what are you going to do with it? How many people are you looking to help? How are you going to help yourself, your family, your friends around you first before you help the next demographic? And what does your vision look like? Have you really seen it? Have you really seen what lifestyle that may come with it? Sometimes we have a goal or we have a position that we're trying to go after, but do you know anybody in that area of life that you're going after? Do you know how it got there? Do you know what it takes to maintain that level of lifestyle or level of position that you're going after? Okay, so now you have to write your vision. We talked about capturing your vision. So you have to have an idea in mind, know what it takes to get there, know what it takes to maintain it, know how you have to position yourself, what qualities you have to possess to go after your goals and attain them, and then writing that. So writing it would be making a strategy, making an action plan or detail-oriented action plan. When writing your vision, it's best to become specific. So my graduation date is June of next year. This June, I actually took the leap to start my business full time, and I haven't looked back yet. So I don't have a regular job. I do my business. I actually replace my job income, and I'm happy. I have a year goal from June to June of actually expanding my business and creating a healthcare center. So that's what my life looks like. I learned that this is what my goal is, and you don't have that many days to make it become reality. So I decided to take it upon myself and become proactive within my year plan. I know there's certain steps. A lot of people try to just make the whole goal the step It doesn't work like that, especially in business or even looking for a job. There are certain steps that you have to take. For business, you have to get the plan, you have to get your business plan, you have to build your team or your staff, your employees, you have to get investors or your financing, you have to secure a location possibly, secure the materials, the software, so things like that. If you're looking for a position after graduate school, you're going to have to start to develop your resume, develop a rapport with your professors to make sure that they give you a good recommendation letter, possibly get into internships so you have those relationships within your industry. You can also you can look into talking to people in the position that you're trying to go into to see what a day in the life of that position actually entails. A lot of us have the idea of getting a certain job, but then when we get there, we're miserable. So how about you shadow someone in that position to see if it really fits for you? Sometimes it sounds good on paper, but sometimes it's not fit for your personality. So you have to determine that before you get into it, you know, like a test run. See if what the job outlook is. A lot of our jobs are being replaced by technology. So see if in 20 years this is something that has longevity, something that you can move up in the corporation for. A lot of millennials, we're big on that. If we can't climb the corporate ladder, or you can't improve your skill set, or you can't even be promoted and be challenged, sometimes that's not the job for you. And also look into the company history. You know, how do they treat their employees? Are they innovative? Do they give you new tasks, or is it a routine, day in, day out, consistent job? So these are all things that you have to be aware of before you just plunge into a new situation. Also, declutter from distractions. This is a big one. Whenever you're starting a new venture, you have to minimize distractions, minimize negativity, whether this is from friends, family, the habits sometimes that we have, the activities that we find ourselves giving time to. You have to declutter anything that will not get you to where you're trying to go in life. So that means a lot of things are going to be cut out. Sometimes if you have spending habits, but you have a financial goal of like whether for your business or even for a job to dress the part, you have to cut those out now, just so you can get to where you're trying to go. I mean, that's just a part of life. Along with writing your goals and objectives, these are all connected. Your goals and objectives have to be clear. We're going to talk about that in the next section. Goals and objectives are very big because whenever you're writing a vision for yourself, you know, like a vision board, like what are your goals in there? The vision is the overall plan, but within that, you're going to have goals and a timeline of how to get to the big goal. So a goal would be like even for a job, like maybe you could start contacting different hiring agents or different people in that position that you're trying to get into, even for different companies, to ask them, to interview them, like what does it feel like to work for this company? What would you have told yourself when you first started working here that you know now that maybe you would tell somebody that's trying to get into your position? What classes do you feel like I should take right now that will help me prepare for this position? Do you feel like this position is challenging you? What would you want to add to it? What is the company atmosphere? And for jobs, a lot of people say that they don't quit because of the job, they quit because of the employees or the boss. So you have to look at the atmosphere. How are the coworkers? How do they interact? Is it a positive environment? Is it negative? Are they uplifting? Do they work as a team? These are all things to contemplate while you're looking for a job or a position, a career in a professional setting. And those are just two examples of things to go outside of college. You know, it's volunteering, traveling the world. But the two major things, a lot of people are looking for a position to start their professional career or starting a business. And then we talked about strategy. So all of these factors into having a strategy. I believe without a strategy, you really won't hit your target. So you have to make sure that you have the vision, you have the steps and the action behind it to hit your target. So we're going to go next, make it plain. So you have your strategy. You say, okay, this is my vision. I want to hit this goal. I want to get this job at the end of graduation. Okay, now you have some steps to make sure they're plain. Sometimes we hit goals or we write goals and they're not specific enough. So then when we look back, it's like, how do you even measure that? So for example, a lot of people say they want to lose weight for New Year's, that's their resolution. Okay, you say you want to lose 5 pounds with no specific body area, no time limit, and then 2 weeks pass, you're back at McDonald's. There's no, it wasn't a realistic goal. You didn't really put that much thought into it, one, and it wasn't able to be measured, and you weren't accountable. So when you make a goal, when you make a objective or a strategy for yourself, make sure that it's specific. So the most common format that we use for goals would be the SMART format, which is specific, measurable, achievable, realistic, and timely. Now this relates to all goals that we all make for graduation, whether it's even starting a family or getting married, moving to another city. All goals in life have to really rely on this format, who, what, when, where, and how. And then within those, the SMART format. So you have to know who. So who is involved? When you have a such a big goal in life, you have to look at the people around you. If they're prepared to assist with this goal, are your kids prepared to assist with this goal? Is your spouse prepared to assist with this goal? Is their mentality going to bring you closer? You have to make sure all the people connected to you are pushing you towards your goals. Sometimes we have a personal goal and then we push it on our family members and they're not ready for that yet. You have to prepare everyone so everyone is on the same accord and they're like, oh, okay, we're all working towards this together. It's a team effort. And you see that sometimes we have a goal and everybody's not on board, so it's like a struggle. You have to make sure that everybody is prepared accordingly. And then, so then next, what are you doing? Whatever goal it is, make sure that it's specific as to what you need to be, what your overarching goal is, and then the timeline, but that's pretty simple. And then when do you expect to achieve this by? If it's like a job, of course, like maybe you say, I hope to get an interview by this date, or maybe I'll reach out to their HR department by this date. When other people control sometimes the appointments, it will be tentative, but it's at least still good that it keeps you accountable, like, okay, you made contact on this date, and then you're going to follow up on this date. Sometimes when we apply for jobs, we just apply, and then we almost forget to check back in to make sure that they got it, or to follow up to see if we're going to get an appointment, or, when to hear from them. So it just keeps you more accountable, where location is everything. What company am I going to work with? What location is my business going to start on? Where am I going to volunteer if I want to do the Peace Corps? Like, what location? Am I going to study abroad? Am I going to study domestically? Location is everything. It also determines how you're going to do it as well. And then why? What is your cause? What is your mission? When you have a profession, and it doesn't matter what profession. I mean, usually I'm in healthcare, so that's a bigger why, usually to help people and stuff like that. But even in finance, why are you doing it? What impact do you want to make? And I think that when you determine your cause or your mission for something, it transcends how you even deal with the prospect of going out there and fulfilling your task and fulfilling your dreams and your goals. It makes it so much more meaningful, and it also translates into your clients and your team, and they can see your passion behind it. So that's something to keep in mind. And then how are you going to do it? With any task, it's always going to be the how. Like, how am I going to get this done? Whether it's calling people, making emails, securing loans, securing financing, securing travel arrangements. You have to know how to get it done, because that's the movement, that's the execution behind all of your goals. Okay, developing your vision. You have to have a focus and specific plan. Now it's time to execute. So dreams are great, but without movement, dreams are just a dream. And so you have to bring it into reality. It has to be manifested. And this is where a lot of people, they just stop. We all have dreams. We all have aspirations. That's why we go to school. That's why, we go, especially in graduate school. We could have stopped at our bachelor's, associates, but we have extended into higher education. And so I know we have such a greater lifestyle and vision for ourselves and our family, but you have to execute that. And there's no better time than now. So just like developing pictures in a dark room, you have to have the proper environment and materials to develop your vision for manifestation. So what does that mean? When you're developing your vision, it's almost like I don't want to say a baby, but I feel like you do have to nurture it. You have to have the proper atmosphere. You can't have negativity, like people doubting you, even in school. When you're going, especially graduate school, because you already have a degree and you're like, man, these classes are hard, or I don't have time to study as much as I want to. You have to nurture it, and you have to keep it growing, and you have to keep speaking life into your dream and your vision, like, oh, I'm almost there. It's going to be okay. Like, I just have a few more classes left. You know, I can make it. Take a break, come back. You have to keep positive people. It's so important to have like-minded people that will bring you affirmation, that will uplift you when you feel like quitting. And it's the same thing with your external vision, you know, outside of school. When you're trying to build something greater for yourself and your family, you have to have something positive to kind of incubate your dreams, or else, you know, sometimes people let it falter. So watch your friends and family that you allow to speak over your dreams and your, you know, the goals that you have over your life. I mean, it's great, you know, to have everybody, but everybody's not going to speak life into it, so just be careful. Also, watch the thoughts that you have for yourself, or watch the things that you read. Make sure that what you're allowing yourself to be a part of, whether it's reading, activities, is all supporting where you're trying to go into life. Start surrounding yourself with positive groups. You know, even Toastmasters, if you want to speak and have speaking engagements, or there's different clubs or networking events to collaborate with other business owners or professionals to help you grow in your professional career. There's so many different avenues that will help you reach where you're trying to go in life. So you have to just make sure that you're creating the environment for you to thrive and to become the best person that you can be. Manifestation. So this is like the part that we were waiting for, you know, like we all have that day, like we always wait, when I get to this point, then everything is going to be just great. So that's the manifestation point. But everything we talked about before that is leading up to here. Manifestation is an event, an action, or an object that clearly shows or embodies something, especially a theory or an abstract idea. So you have to turn your abstract into reality. Turn that dream, that passion that you've been thinking about. Sometimes we don't even tell people. There's probably some of y'all that are listening that you haven't even told somebody what you really want to do, what you really want to accomplish in life. And so that's okay, but until it's manifested, it's not reality yet. So watch how you develop it, and it takes time, but let it become a reality, because there's somebody on the other side of your dream that needs what you carry, what you want to put out into the earth. So quick story. So we're talking about developing your vision for graduation. I've developed mine, and I'm continuing to develop mine and helping other students develop theirs. So I met a young student. He was a sophomore for University of Houston a few days ago, and he's a software engineering major. And so I don't know, I just have like this knack for helping people create business ideas. So he was telling me what the skill set in his class that I've been teaching him, and I just suggested, you know, like, I know you're about to graduate in 2 years, but you can really start a business now. You know, there's a big market for people to create apps, website design, website creation. That's something that you could do on the side to earn extra income as a college student, and then also use that as experience for your graduate school admissions. So I saw the wheels turning, and so now he's working on creating that into a side business. So it's something as easy as that. We all have different majors. We're all in different programs, but our programs are teaching us skill sets that people need right now. And it's great to look for a position after graduation, but sometimes you are the position, sometimes you are the business. And so the whole concept behind this presentation is to really like think outside the box. It's great to have a job. It's great to have stability. I just recommend just to use your skills and your mentality to the best of your ability to help someone else. And we can think bigger of ourselves and expand how we go into society, whether it's your business, it's volunteering, even in your family. You know, sometimes we don't use our resources to the full extent. We go to work, we use it there, we go home, we shut it off. So develop it in every aspect. You never know what doors will be open until you start it. So make today your new normal. Capture your vision, take hold of it, understand what your vision is for your life. If you don't have one, create one. What's your passion? What are you passionate about so much that you would work for no fee? That's usually where your passion lies. That's usually where your heart and your skill set is. When they say you can work with no fees, that's it. Write your vision down. Make a vision board if you have to see it in front of you. That's like a new trend, but that's really helpful to make you think about it and have it before you, to be cognizant of like, okay, this is where which level I'm trying to achieve next, and then make it plain. Make sure that it's specific. Make sure that you can measure it. Make sure it has a time limit, or else you won't be really held accountable. And then also manifest it, put it to action, execute your plan, and continue to update it. It's not just a one-time thing. It's a continual cycle. You update it, and then you make a new goal. You update and make a new goal, and then develop your vision as you go. Manifestation is just the first step, and it just means you have still some more work to do. You got your vision off the ground, and then now it's time to soar, and you can go to new heights. All right, so I've included my contact information. This is my website, thepeoplesadvocate.net, and then thepeoples.advocate1@gmail.com, and then my business phone number. So I'll go ahead and take now. Okay, is there any questions?
That's great, Kiara. Thank you. I don't see any questions yet in the chat room, so feel free to type in a question if you have one. Looks pretty quiet. I mean, if you don't mind, I kind of, oh, there we go.
What advice would you give to people that want to be teachers? Well, actually, I have a lot of friends that are teachers currently, and I love teachers because of their heart. I feel like with teachers, one of the biggest things that I do like about the teaching program is that they have like a clinical portion. So you actually go to school and you're actually able to be a student teacher. And I say that you should take that experience and to see, like, I think the biggest thing with teachers is like the lesson plans. When you work with students, look at how they learn. You know, I think that's the biggest part of being a teacher, is that everybody has different learning styles. So when you're working with your students, see how they interact with certain styles. Because although every kid is different, when you have like usually a full classroom, you're going to get about the majority of all the learning styles. So I would say be really cognizant of that. Yeah, that's pretty much, that's the biggest thing, because I think wherever, it doesn't matter what grade you're in, if you get the learning styles down and how to transform your lesson plans around that, you can go into any grade. So yeah. Can you provide a template that I can post on my refrigerator with my vision steps? Let's see, Zachary, are you talking about create the vision and the things that I went over? Can you revise the question, and I can send it to you if you want. Send me an email, and then I'll send you the vision steps. I'm a master's in teaching and learning with technology now. Oh, okay, you're in technology major. What's the best way to ask the prospective future employer for an informational interview and job shadowing opportunity? Okay, so my personality is really different, right? I'm the person that I will go in the company and I'll ask to, even at the front desk, but sometimes I ask to speak to a boss. usually a lot of people like initiative. And I feel like as students or people on outside of these companies were like, oh, they don't want to be disturbed, but really just ask them, like, hey, I'm in the master's program for this degree plan, and I was looking at your company, and I really admire like what services that you provide and your customer service rates. And I was interested in like possibly an internship or a job shadowing opportunities. You may not have any, but I just want to see maybe we could create an opportunity where I could come in for a few hours. Would that be okay? And they're like, oh, of course, because one, they're not paying you, and that would be a little extra work. And people love that, So I just say take the initiative. Managers love that, and it puts a good like memory of yourself. You're proactive. What person wouldn't want that in a future employer? So it's all about approach. Just go up to them. I would say in person, not over the phone, because that gives them a chance to say no. But look your best. Be approachable, smile, be nice, and yeah, it should be fine. I worked as a paraeducator in okay, and we use this for our closed up from C graduation off some can learn and blocks for presentation. Oh, okay, thank you, Heidi. Yeah, I have a friend. She's actually in the same type of classroom here in Houston. So I'm in Houston, Houston, Texas, and yeah, she was saying, it is sometimes a challenge with students in general, but students with learning disabilities sometimes. But that's what I was saying back to the other question for teachers. When you learn people's learning methods, I think it just transcends like you as a teacher, because you have to go based off of how people learn, and sometimes people only have one method and that's all they got. But if you learn how to monitor and assess each student and make it individualized, that helps, and it makes people feel so much special, especially kids.